was fun, and congratulations to all three of the recipients. It's wonderful to have awards that recognize, again, sort of across generations, those who've done so much in their lifetimes, those now from Steve's generation, right? That generation that still has so much more to give.
You're way younger.
And of course, our young people, and we have so many of them here with us tonight, so it's just exciting, and I want to congratulate all of them. You know, as we watch what's happening across the country, the one thing, despite the toll that 2010 took on us, and you know, among those who got on the short side of the stick in that last election, but you know what was one of those things that just brought us all back together, recognizing that we just got to pick ourselves up and keep fighting, is that overreach that happened in Wisconsin. And I want everyone in organized labor to stand up and be recognized, because we know how important that fight is to protect the rights of organized labor, collective bargaining, making sure that the whole people of America, working families, stand in favor of working hard and providing services in the public sector and the private sector. Thank you for what you do and the fight that you brought. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize, I see my good friend Cecilia Fire Thunder. I would like her and any of our other elected leaders from Indian country, past and present, to stand and be recognized. Thank you for being here, for being a part of our democratic family, for all that you do for the state of South Dakota and your own communities. Thank you. Ben mentioned that we recruited a terrific crop of legislative candidates to grow our numbers in the state legislature in Peter. It's exciting. A lot of our incumbents who are running again, a lot of folks who are putting their name on the ballot again and give it another try, and some fresh new faces. If I could ask all of our legislative candidates, current office holders and new candidates, to stand and be recognized so we can say thank you for running. We're going to be here for you to get you a victory in November. In addition to Matt McGovern, we have two other terrific gentlemen running to take on Kristi Noem in 2012. They are doing a great job out there, working hard, introducing themselves to you, running terrific campaigns. You've got a number of weeks here to make a decision, but boy, either one of them is going to represent our party in a terrific way to take back that House seat, to hold her accountable, to make sure people understand in the state that hypocrisy is the name of the game for Kristi Noem in Washington, D.C. Matt Garrett and Jeff Barr, stand up and be recognized. As you know, in the last election, Kristi Noem had a state legislative record that wasn't very expansive. It was a little bit difficult in that political environment to point out some problems in the state legislative record, even though there were some, because there was sort of this nationalized effort by the other side and a lot of outside money that was coming in, as you recall. But there is a record now. There is a record in which she hasn't delivered. She tries to have it both ways. There's a vote on the Paul Ryan budget this time around. And I know that Matt and Jeff have been pointing that out, not only to friends in the Democratic family, but voters across the state of South Dakota who deserve more from their only voice in Washington, D.C. I wish them both well. Look forward to campaigning with them in the weeks and months ahead. Before introducing our next speaker, part of tonight is a tribute to one special man who helped found the state Democratic Party here in South Dakota. But we have a room full of past elected leaders at the local, county, state legislative level, and statewide office holders. I would like to ask all of those who've served in the past as elective office holders for the Democratic Party to stand and be recognized. And those who ran and came up short, because we all know how hard it is sometimes to win those statewide races, and I want to recognize them for how hard they fought in those battles. all of you. You know, these folks who just have served in the past, who've been on the ballot in the past. I saw so many of them stand up who helped me and who helped Ben and who helped those of us that have been on the ballot the last decade. And now we have all these new faces to the party who are going to put their names on the ballot in 2012 and onward. And as Ben said, you know, this, when you make the decision to be in public service, you know, it's not just your decision, it's a family decision. And recognizing spouses and other family and children, but spouses in particular. I know that Cindy feels this way, Cindy Huther, and the campaign that she was involved in, and now sharing Mike with the citizens of Sioux Falls. And I know Bishop Zellner was very kind to provide Max and me a blessing in our family. But Max and I are celebrating our 5-year anniversary, and I love him to death, and he's here with me tonight, and I couldn't do anything without his love and support. And as I get ready to introduce the next speaker, it's hard not to talk about family, because in Brown County, it's a big family of Democrats. And my dad and my stepmom are here this evening too, Lars and Diane Herseth. And it was 6 years ago that my dad was invited to MC McGovern Day up in Aberdeen. And I remember my dad's introduction of Tom Daschle, like it was yesterday. They both went to Aberdeen Central High School, year apart. One went to USD, one went to SDSU. Both got involved in politics about the same time, both active in their college years, both had young families when they got into office. And I remember my dad saying, you know, as I drive across South Dakota, it's hard not to see the impact of Tom Daschle's leadership and influence anywhere you drive in the state. Whether it's the roads you're traveling on, particularly that one from I-29 to Aberdeen, we really appreciate that. The rural water systems that have made a difference in the lives of families and communities across every region of the state. Ethanol plants that dot a good share of the eastern part of South Dakota. You know, when you think about the strength of the agricultural sector, our state's largest economy, over the past decade, that has its seeds in the 2002 Farm Bill that never would have been signed into law without Tom Daschle's leadership. In every title, but an energy title for the first time, and ensuring that our farmers got a fair price for what they were growing in those fields. Never has farm income been higher than it is today. And I think that Tom Daschle, being such an early supporter of President Barack Obama, the two of them out on the campaign trail telling all these folks in rural America, farm income's never been higher, you've never had it so good, you better re-elect President Barack Obama if you want the good life. Continues to this day, as you all know, in addition to his 26 years of dedicated service to our state. He continues to do what he does best, and that's to bring people together. He's one of the 4 founders of the Bipartisan Policy Center, with former Senator George Mitchell, former Senator Bob Dole, and Howard Baker. And together, the 4 of them have brought together these wonderfully talented, smart people from both sides of the aisle that bring together ideas to help find the consensus and find the policy initiatives that have a fighting chance of getting enacted in an increasingly partisan environment in Washington, D.C. They've tackled issues including health care, including energy policy, debt reduction, job creation, doing what he's always done best, bringing people together. He's also a distinguished senior fellow and member of the board of the Center for American, CAP, I always call it CAP, Center for American Progress, and the board of the National Democratic Institute. A lot of international focus in Tom's work today, including how to support emerging democracies and new democracies, and how to achieve sustainable agricultural development, particularly in Africa. He's a senior policy advisor at DLA Piper, doing amazing things, not only domestically, but internationally, continuing to make his family in Aberdeen and Brown County, his extended family of the South Dakota Democratic Party, and all of those across this great country and now the world who have come to know, respect, and love Tom Daschle. Please join me in welcoming Senator Daschle.